All right, guys, thank you for joining us again. This is Cat's Pajamas here alongside HD. Thank you for joining us again. Do appreciate it.
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm glad to be here with you, Cats, and I think we're going to be co-casting a game here for the IPL. This is exclusive bonus footage, and I'll let you go ahead and introduce the players.
Absolutely. So here in the top right-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, we have our pink Protoss player. That is DesRow. It says VT right there. That's the account he was still playing on. He is actually with Rage Esports now, just recently signed. His opponent down here at the bottom left-hand corner, and as DesRow pointed out, a roommate of TLO's at the Swedish Pro House. That is dignitasBischu. He is spawning as our orange Protoss player. He's playing under Dignitas's North American account. That's why it says Dignitas CT. So PvP action here, and let's get started.
All right, so it is going to be on Xel'Naga Caverns, which is a relatively small map in the ladder pool these days, and it's going to be a Protoss versus Protoss, and one can only assume that these games are going to be quick, decisive, and pretty much a fast one to close out the books. I don't think we're going to be seeing any kind of a long run game, and most likely not going to be seeing any super late Colossus play, although Colossus are kind of the primary unit in Protoss versus Protoss towards the late game, but I'm expecting to see these two games finish out fairly quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. You know, even with that nerfed warp gate timing, we're still seeing builds that still lend themselves to being pretty quick, Blink Stalker builds, things like that. So we'll see what ends up coming up. It looks like we had a 13 gate go down for Bischu, a 12 gate came down for DesRow, so a little bit of different timings there. But if these players wait for a little while, it's not going to fundamentally alter the course of the game. Just gives one player a little bit more economy, gives one player a little bit quicker units. So, and a little bit quicker warp gate technology that ends up being as well, consequently. So, Gateway's just finishing up at the moment. We are going to see some good old-fashioned cybernetic scores here in a second. DesRow going to put that down. There it is. Man, first couple minutes of the PvP, so much going on.
There's so much action going on right now. This is so awesome. You guys really want to keep in mind that those cybernetic scores, they're actually really important because, you know, getting them up quickly enough and getting out your buildings out in time and getting all your units out there, every little thing really does matter a lot in StarCraft 2. Your opening build, your execution of that build order, and I think Protoss really is the race that puts the most emphasis on executing your builds perfectly out of all the other races in StarCraft 2. So we're going to be basically seeing a build order versus build order battle here, and it'll be interesting to see what these players decide to do after their cybernetic score goes down. And it looks like DesRow has 2 gases going up, whereas Bischu has stolen one of the gases of DesRow. Is that right?
It's DesRow actually stole Bischu's gas.
Oh,
Yep. So DesRow, DesRow, he loves doing that. He loves doing that. I've watched a ton of his matches, and he'll do that as often as he possibly can while simultaneously putting up his. It gives him the extra sentry count and allows him to play a little bit more defensively when he decides to move out if he 4 gates, which he may very well. Looks like there's a Zealot. Oh, Zealot on Zealot battle. DesRow has to run away. Did absorb 1 hit there, but 3 gate coming out for the time being. DesRow may throw down his 4th here in just a second. Bischu, on the other hand, has actually gone for a straight up 4 gate, so 4 gate for him. Of course, DesRow had a lot of money sunk into not just stealing the gas, but also putting up 1 himself. So, let's see here. Looks like Bischu was pushed away. And, oh, no, I'm sorry, he's coming up here. That was actually, colors fade in there. And it looks like DesRow is going to have to hold with this force field. Does so, very nice. Is going to pick off this Zealot pretty easily. Nice job there. Gets himself a free kill. Going to have to go after this Stalker as well. The Stalker's going to be pushed to the back. And DesRow's going to need another force field? No, it looks like he is just going to use this Zealot to keep that Stalker at bay. A robotics facility coming up, so DesRow has to hold on for a little while, get up that next unit, and watch out for these warpings of units. Tons of Stalkers coming in for Bischu.
Yeah, right, absolutely. I like this play by DesRow and Dignitas. Dignitas here basically with his gas stolen was kind of forced into an aggressive 4 gate, but with mainly Stalkers and Zealots, and you guys can see now he's inside the main of Bischu, and he's doing a lot of damage. He may actually just win the game right here outright. Really, DesRow going for more of a gas-intensive build. It looked like he was going to be getting a bunch of sentries up, but unfortunately then he decided to go for the robotics facility once he saw he was getting 4-gated, and it was just too gas heavy and took too long for him to get that Robo Bay up. Now, I would argue if he had the Robo Bay up earlier, maybe a 2-gate Robo, he would have had the Immortal out early enough to deal with this 4-gate, but as it stands, he loses the game.
Absolutely. You're exactly right. DesRow has to leave the game there. So, unfortunately, does drop down 1-0 in this best-of-3 set. Bischu taking an early lead there. DesRow being very aggressive with that gas steal, and I don't know if that was what he really wanted to go after there. But nonetheless, we're going to head into game number 2, guys, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a second.